Here we are at the end of April, which means our March stats are available. This is our market update for Winter Haven, Florida. March 2024, we saw 84 closed sales compared to 97 a year ago, a decrease of 13.4%. Cash sales as a percentage of closed sales, 27.4% of all sales were cash sales compared to 25.8% a year ago, an increase of 6.2%. Median sales price in Winter Haven is $290,000 compared to $290,780, a decrease of 0.3%. Average sales price $290,555 compared to $281,603. So the average sales price actually went up 3.2%. Median percent of original list price, 97% is what sellers are receiving of their original list price, compared to 96.1%, an increase of 0.9%. Median time to contract is taking 41 days to go under contract, compared to 35 days a year ago, an increase of 17.1%. Median time to sale, it's taking 83 days to get to closing compared to 79 days a year ago, an increase of 5.1%. New pending sales, 85 new pending sales compared to 84 a year ago, an increase of 1.2%. New listings, 111 new listings compared to 82 a year ago, an increase of 35.4%. Pending inventory, 109 pending compared to 124 a year ago, a decrease of 12.1%. Active inventory, 375 homes are active in Winter Haven compared to 205 a year ago, an increase of 82.9%. So we're seeing our inventory increase both because homes are taking longer to sell and because of an increase in new listings. And then month supply of inventory, we're at 4.9 months supply of inventory compared to 2.6 months supply of inventory a year ago, an increase of 88.5%. Still in a seller's market, but very, very close to a balanced market, which would be 6 months of inventory. Tune in and we'll talk a little bit more about what this means for you as a buyer or seller. So as we look at what these numbers mean, what we're seeing is, of course, all of this is happening under the backdrop of rising interest rates. Unfortunately, the inflation numbers weren't very good, the last inflation report, and so it's very unlikely the Federal Reserve is going to lower short-term interest rates, which likely means that mortgage rates will stay above 7%. At least for the foreseeable future, even though the Fed has indicated they will lower interest rates later on in the year. Perhaps when that happens, we'll see the mortgage rates drop as well. So that is underlying everything. At the same time, we are seeing an increase in listings. New listings are up both Winter Haven and Polk County. So that is good news if you're a home buyer because it means there are more options out there for you. Here's the thing, because home prices really aren't being impacted thus far. They're staying relatively stable. And I think that is because while inventory is up, it is still not enough to meet the pent-up demand that is out there. And when mortgage rates drop, what's going to happen is buyers are going to flood the market, those that are just waiting for those mortgage rates to drop, and it's going to quickly take over the inventory we have and drop that month supply of inventory down pretty quickly to a more extreme seller's market. So for a buyer, I think if you can manage the higher interest rate, now is a good time to buy before those rates drop and the competition increases. And that is because of the increase of inventory, sellers are having to compete a little more to attract fewer buyers than, for example, were out there during the pandemic and then would be out there if mortgage rates drop. And so that means for you as a buyer, you might be able to get more seller concessions. So you might even get a seller contribution to closing costs. You might be able to get sellers to help pay your rate down, which is probably the way I would go. And so you may end up being able to get a better deal. You may also not have to pay full price for the home right now. So there's a lot of room for you to negotiate as a home buyer right now that won't exist when mortgage rates drop. If you're a home seller, there's a reason that the builders are doing so well right now, and that is because they're offering incentives. Every builder I know of is offering closing cost assistance. They're buying the rate down, not just for 1 or 2 years, but for the life of the loan. And that is causing home buyers to flock to new construction right now. And so, how do you compete with that as a seller? Well, you do the same thing. You offer some seller concessions on your home. So, if you are looking to list your home, that's something to keep in the back of your mind. But you really may want to consider some kind of bonus or some kind of incentive, either closing costs or rate buy down. Be prepared to negotiate. Don't expect to get your list price unless your home is in pristine condition, fully updated, in a desirable neighborhood. There's going to be negotiation. Expect there to be inspections. Buyers are not going to waive those right now. Expect there to be appraisal contingencies as well. Buyers are not going to waive those right now. So pricing your home right, having it in excellent condition, and being prepared to offer incentives is the best way you can get your home sold quickly. If you'd love to discuss any of this about what's happening in the market in more detail, I'm always available to talk about what's happening in the real estate market. I try to pay very close attention to what's happening and to the numbers, because there's a lot of doom and gloom out there. There's a lot of misinformation that's being presented by various news outlets about what's happening in the real estate market that are not based on any numbers and statistics. And really, the numbers tell the story, and that's what you got to pay attention to. So if you want to discuss the real estate market, please reach out. If there are specific topics about the real estate market that you'd like to cover, please let me know. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love to have you on here. And of course, if you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell a home in Polk County or Central Florida, I would love the opportunity to interview for the job. Have a great day, everybody.